So they'll be calling you a radical. So the salmon catastrophe. So yesterday is peak day. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. May 1st is peak day. So now remember, this is important. For the first time, absolutely zero gill netting in front of the Bonneville on the Columbia, the old Chief Joseph Dam, and no fishing. So, which legally they take a half. So, for these numbers to even be crashed below the 10-year mean, now the 10-year mean started to crash in 2016 radically. In 2015, we had 3 million if you take the catch, the gill netting, almost 5 million over the damn big piece. So I just talked to Tim again. He says his buddy's been fishing on the Willamette for 30 straight days now, and he's an old professional fisherman. That's all he does. He hasn't caught one, hasn't had a bite in a month. So he says there was 300 boats Sunday on the Willamette, damn it, because they're open. They're just hammering it. Now think about this. The average one on one of those boats is probably 4 or 5 fishermen. We'll say 4. That's 1,200 fishermen, which is probably more like 1,500 fishermen. 10 fish. 10, and he says they were skinny, scrawny things. So this number come in on the peak way below the 10-year. And the 10-year means a nightmare because we've had, what, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We can do math. We got 8 years into the mean now. 10-year mean of crash off a cliff. So the 10-year mean's low anyway. Extremely radically low compared to what it was. Now remember, we had record returns. Record. All-time record. So what that means we've had an acute catastrophe. And so I see a crazy old Ollie's out. Ollie. So Vice going bankrupt. Remember when Vice interviewed me and it was supposedly about Fukushima and how bad that interview was? Oh, I see they're bankrupt. I wonder why. So crazy old Ollie's out. Natural Born Killers, didn't he make that? Well, he just made the sequel. Nuke it or now, nuke it or now, nuke it or now. So Guardian, of all people, pins him down. And he goes on his pro-Putin rant. Well, Putin's doing great with nuclear energy. Putin's great for his crazy old Ollie. He's off his rocker. He's made a sequel. Now you think now, it's just a hypothesis. Don't jump down my throat. I've always thought that, well, the KGB and the CIA, you know, this whole Epstein list with Chomsky, which I know the head of the CIA. So tell me this. Do you think Oliver works for the KGB for Putin? Because everything he does, every movie he makes is trying to degrade. And the thing that's irony, he's so senile and crazy. So they pin him down about the nuclear technology. And he says, well, I really don't know anything about the technology. I just rely on my partner. I read a book, Goldstein's book. Okay, so he doesn't know about it. But, so Natural Born Killers, you know how grotesque that movie was? Here we go. Oh, winks, we will pretend. Oh my God, all day, every day, it's sickening. So, is he KGB? Now remember he made Snow Job on 60 Minutes. He says, I had the very top CIA clearance, the very top, and he was no special force guy. I grew up in a family of special force guys, including my dad. He ain't no special forces guy. Twiggy broke his legs. His parents were CIA or KGB. Look at Lindsay Mills. Look who her parents are. I mean, it's a role. KGB, CIA. So, Snow Job on 60 Minutes. I got all the way to the top. I had the very top in the entire CIA clearance. I hacked in and found out there's another top. Another top? Well, who is it? Global oligarchs. Remember, he was flying to South America. RT. Is RT Rumble? Is TikTok China? Is Fox News, the old British, get ready, your king's getting christened on the 6th. King Charles. We started out as the old, remember Putin lays over his map? Speaking of the ocean right there, speaking of the salmon. Now, when did we buy Alaska? Now, has any foreign entity ever attacked U.S. soil? Yeah. Pearl Harbor? Pearl Harbor was not the United States in 1941. 9/11? Oh, yeah. Big time. It was a hell of an attack, but it sure wasn't Afghanistanis, and it sure wasn't Iraqis. They were Saudis. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq. Now, Snow Job, he's flying to South America because he's leaking out everything in the EHAN to the Guardian. So Greenwald speaks here at the university. So I go. There's pictures of me and his attorney. So I go right up to Greenwald and I'm like, hey, Greenwald, where is it? You only leaked out that much. Why would Snow Job hand that to Greenwald? And Greenwald's releasing none of it. Oh, he works for Fox News now? What about just stream to by cable TV? And Laura? She's the MIT endowment chair daughter. She's a billionaire. Why would he hand it to them? Oliver Stone's old movie. I'll throw it right back at Oliver on Snow Job. Oliver Stone's old movie. Lindsay's standing in front of the White House, right where I stand all the time at the Peace Vigil, and Snow Job. So, you work for this agency, so-and-so, so point to it. She says, no, it's over there. Snow Job's a con man. Now, I thought he was going to say, now, where's he at? Don't we have a proxy war going on? Oh, he's in Russia? How does that happen? I thought he was flying to South America. So, crazy old Ollie's off his rocker says that he really likes Putin, and Putin's done great for his country, and he sits around and watches Rumble. Okay. All right. Just saying. Natural Born Killers. Is this the sequel? Nuke it or now? Well, I really don't know much about the nuclear technology. Then he comes off and says, well, JFK is my favorite president. Who's the last anti-nuclear president we had? I mean hardcore anti-nuclear. Anti-nuclear energy, anti-anything. Rachel Carson influenced him, his wife. Who's the last really anti-nuclear energy, anti-nuclear bomb, anti-nuclear president we had? JFK. Blown away. And all he says, that's his favorite president. But he says, we need nuclear now. Well, what about the technology? You know, he was asked about the waste. He's asked about, I really don't know about the technology. I just rely on, I read this guy's book. Ali. So I guess that movie's disgusting, Natural Born Killers. By the way, isn't Woody Harrelson in that? Do you know about Woody Harrelson's dad? Look it up. Does that creep you out or what? That movie was disturbing, beyond disgusting. It should have never been made. So we know that these entities, so who's attacked American soil? King Charles' great-grandpa did. They floated up the Potomac in 1812 and burnt down the White House. Remember, they rounded up every man, woman, and child in Brooklyn, put them on prison ships. We have a memorial there. There's 11,500 freaking bodies in there. So this soil has been attacked. You bet your ass. You know, Last of the Mohicans on chemo, Manifest Destiny on chemo by Mother England, the UK. We started out as a British colony. Well, did we really? I mean, the French, the Spanish, God, California, whoa. These European oligarchs have been fighting over this land for 500 years. Wasatch to hide. So, Putin lays over the Russian Empire. That's ours. We sold that. We didn't sell that for no 2 cents. We're taking Alaska back. Well, the old Russian Empire went into California, went into Oregon, cleared nearly to Moscow, Idaho. Putin says he's taking about. Putin can't even take freaking his border. Where's his May Day parade? May Day, May Day, May Day, May Day. You know, that's a big deal in Russia. The May Day parade. What? Putin has canceled May Day parade? What? Things not going well, Ollie, but he's been great for his country, Ollie says. Crazy old Ollie. Crazy old Ollie says nuclear now. Crazy old Ollie's off his freaking rocker. So the salmon numbers are an absolute catastrophe. And look, we don't count dead tadpoles, Kevin Blanchard does. We don't count dead humans in bone marrow transplant. Kevin Blanchard does. I was almost one of them. But scientists are mystified, they're baffled. And this whole Epstein list just shows you who the club and the cult is. You know, running the show. You know, they got media. The media's all foreign. I thought foreign media was against the law here. Montana banned TikTok. Good. Now, who's Rumble? People. He says it's RT. Russia Today's interviewed me lots of times, and they're really Russian. I remember it blew my mind because I invented the Million Mass March. And it was a major movement. And RT's the media right there. They're behind me. That trailer video with the left, that's RT right behind me. Yet they always go to these lower soldiers. You know, they wouldn't go to me or John Anthony, who invented it and started, because I would talk nuclear. As soon as I talk nuclear energy, crop, chop, chop, chop. Ali? So they made the sequel. So Ali's off his rocker. I really don't know much about the technology. I rely on this book. Okay, what about the wastes? What about Fukushima? You can chalk it up to coincidence? I've proved that it's not coincidence because we have enough salmon data. The salmon started to collapse the steelhead in the ocean. We count every single salmon. I mean, we count them all. The sonar counts them all. The steelhead go to sea. Oh, Idaho opened it. They live in the ocean, not in the rivers. They come home to spawn, getting down with Ezra Pound in the breeding ground. Yeah, Idaho. They spawn there, they die there. They give new life there. They go to sea 1 to 2 years. I says, they will immediately start to collapse in 2012. They did, radically. I says, Chinook won't collapse until 2016. The average Chinook goes to sea for 5 years. You can look it up. Record returns 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, to the point on the Columbia River. Now, who's the Army Corps Engineers? Now, they classified me. That's an Army. Army Corps Engineers was started during the Atomic Agency, and they're still using the atomic. I like how they're still using Einstein. Still signing. Einstein wrote that letter. Einstein never wrote that letter to FDR. Leo did. He says his biggest regret was ever signing that letter. Einstein was banned from the Mountain Harbor. Einstein was a hardcore anti-nuclear energy guy. Hardcore. Remember his line about the bomb? And everybody says he never invented the bomb. But the Department of Energy and the Army Corps Engineers, which all that funding, which is the Department of Nuclearism. Now, Jeff Bezos' grandfather was the original at Los Alamos. He was born at Los Alamos. His 14-year-old mother. Why was Epstein's place? Isn't there a place that, the whole clan's nuclear. You know, Putin's done great for his country. Oh, has he? Oh, okay. He's great. Nuclear energy. Yeah. Gorbachev. Chernobyl took down the old USSR. Kevin Blanchard. Fukushima took down the old USA. But that's their plan, these oligarchs. Come in here. Operation Foxconn News. I'll fight over this land. Let them get so hate each other, they'll kill each other. Mission accomplished. You know, build nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire. You know, the biggest nuclear energy reactor. There's an artist out there now that's trying to mimic my work. Oh, the biggest nuclear reactor in the world's in Japan. It was offline before. They had a 6.6 earthquake and it had problems, and it went offline. They're trying to get it back on, and Fukushima. It's not online. They're offline. Where's the other second biggest? Bruce and isn't Canada still run by the King Charles as of the 6th? Bruce. Where's the third biggest on Earth? Oh, the Big Z in Ukraine. They come out, the DOE comes out and says, don't take our secrets that are in there. Sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, cocaine cowboys, plutonium wars. There's your movie. What's going on there? Scary. The external power source. Why do they need external power source? Keep their spent fuel pools cool. TikTok, Diablo. Oh, we got the guys are blowing, just another coincidence, in the ocean off Oregon. The Titanic plates are going to create a major earthquake. But let's keep Diablo Canyon open. Something we don't even use. TikTok. Let's see. Nuclear energy reactors on the Ring of Fire. Lessons from Fukushima unlearned. So, how did they do it? through it like cable TV. Holy cow. I mean, Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. Oh, oh, oh. Crazy old Ollie's off his rocker. Staying tuned.